I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I live in the real world. I mean, everybody has to work, right? Well, my job happens to be CS, customer service, solutions, relationships, and generating motivation to keep my team pumped up and connected to every single guest who has chosen to stop into our store. It's the holiday season. People are on the move. They don't have time to waste. Then again, maybe they do. This is C.T.C.S., episode number 57, Teen Theft, No Dancing, and Help the Homeless. Transition walk, brand new work week in CS, customer service. I've heard nothing but horror stories about what's taken place in these days that I've been away. People are quite verbal, and they're taking out their thoughts on coworkers, and it's I don't know what I'm walking into today. I just know what I need to do to prepare for it, and that's why I'm taking a transition walk, so I can go from being a podcaster to somebody who's going to be face first with real people. Man, you think my motivational ways are pretty way over the top? I talk to my sister every day. And on our way into the store and stuff like that, so I talk to her in Montana and stuff, and she has to go through her little motivational thing. She says, "Is it going to be a good day today? Is it going to be a good day today?" And I have to come back and say, "No, it's going to be a great day." So what's the work week been like?
It's been weird. Two customers came in. I was walking in, and they were in front of me, and they saw me, and so they slowed up, and they walked over to the side to let me pass. They started whispering in each other's ear, and I'm like, oh, something's not right there. And I came inside the store and started doing something, and then I hear on the radio Queena say, "Hey, there's someone in here that steals at all the stores. I've seen her before." And I come out, and they had already snatched the paper towels out of their hands. They were on a cell phone and slowly walking towards the door, and they took our bags and put the stuff they stole in them, and slowly were waiting for everyone to be distracted so they could dart out the door. And they were already at the door waiting, and they snatched the stuff out of their hands. And the woman got in Jeff's face and was like, "F you, MFer, all this, check my receipt. And they're like, "Where's your receipt?" And they're like, "I don't have it." And so she looks over at Queena and she goes, "You're the bitch that called them on me and told on me." And Queena just kind of smiled, and you could see her want to say something but not react. And the woman put her finger right in her chest, and Queena immediately got in a fighting stance.
No way.
In a fighting stance. And said, "I'm not the one you want to mess with." And I got between them, and I'm holding them apart. And so the woman sees she can't get to Queena. I'm not going to let them fight. She goes around me and goes over to Jeff, gets directly in his face, and Jeff goes, "Get out, get out, get out." And she goes, "F you, cracker." And Jeff was like, "Get out." And she turns around and walks out. Their getaway driver pulls up to the door, slams on the brakes. They get in, they take off. That was just one day.
First thing I have to do is take a picture of this sign over here that says all Halloween material 50% off. But here's the part that I know a lot of people are not going to see, a lot of our guests. Very small letters, and I don't know why they have to do it in small letters all the time. It says excludes candy, because what they're doing is they're coming up to the register saying, "Well, the candy's 50% off. That sign over there says so." No, it's not. It says excludes candy. So get the picture in the phone so you can pull it out at any time. If you're a listener of past C.T.C.S's, we've talked about this a lot over the past 2.5 months. The men's room, the sink has been out, and we've had to use hand sanitizer 2.5 months. I come in today, guess what's finally working? Oh, that's just way too long. And whoever this company is, man, because it's got a motor in it. It's not like your typical sink where you just turn the water on. It's got a motor in it, like some sort of pump. And from what I understand, they couldn't get the part. So New Guy Bill gets a phone call, and the phone call is something that I've never heard anything like it before.
That's somebody else's radio, the one supposed to be in there.
It was a gentleman who asked me, "What time does the live performer perform tonight?" And I said 5 p.m. And he said, "Good, because I want to fuck her." And I said, "Yeah, I don't know about that." And then he said, "Well, if I don't get to do it with her, I'm going to find me some hot soccer moms in there to have fun with." And so I said, "Thank you," and I hung up on it.
Well, here's a major screw up from marketing. What's happened is that we sent out an email blast and saying that eggs weren't going to be $3.79. You could get them for $1.59. That's not true. That's not true. But because homes and phones and everybody got it, we still have to honor those eggs at $1.59. But you cannot just come in here and buy a bunch of eggs. We're going to put 2 limit on it. But I mean, who makes a mistake like that? Who lets that go out without there being approval from a higher level? Oh, they carry the card, but then there are people that, I left it out in the car. Well, go get it. Go get it. Because we don't take Apple Pay, and that's when they get upset, and then they walk off. So, I mean, what's the craziest stuff you guys see?
In the back? This has a lady who literally had me slice all that stuff.
Everything.
Really?
I sliced a 1/4 pound of cheese, a pound of turkey, a pound of sharp cheese.
What's that, about 25 minutes? 25 minutes?
Yes. And then this other guy made me slice a pound and a half or something. And then he realized it was $20. And he was like, is it really $20? Yeah.
What do you do in a situation like that? Do you put it back somehow? Or do you
put it back? No. Normally, we can move it and just put it down at the sub bar.
Okay.
But because it was Sausalito turkey, which is spicy,
Oh, boy.
we can't put it, so we have to throw it away.
So you had to eat that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So technically, I took off because he just wanted $10 worth.
Yeah.
So I technically threw away a pound
Oh,
and maybe a pound and a third or something like that.
Wow.
But it was still a lot of turkey. That's crazy.
transition walk, day number 2. Walking through the forest. What do we have here? 3-headed deer. Look at those beautiful creatures. Oh, there's 4. There's 4. One looks like a yearling. So, of course, Jazzy is going crazy and stuff. I needed to see this morning. These transition walks are so important, and I wish that maybe we can inspire more people to do this before they head into their career, their job, because there's a lot going on in the world and inside our heads. And today, my studio for the podcasting, blessed with the opportunity to talk with all these people, and the damn control board went dead twice, and then to reboot it and all that kind of stuff. And I always sit there, and maybe it's the martial artist in me. It's like, cool, be calm, be at peace, no reason to waste energy. And I use that same kind of meditation when I'm in CS. Be calm, think of peace, spread love, compassion, empathy. The things you don't expect when you work in CS. The moment I get here, I just kind of, have to pull up my pants and start looking good. Pull up my pants, my belt breaks. It breaks. I'm not a heavyset guy. The belts just suck. So I had to step back and punt. And the punt is I grabbed a plastic bag from the store here, tied it around 2 belt loops. Pants are okay. I thought radio had its fair share of drama where people always thought, they're going to fire me today. Oh my God, they're going to fire me today. Here at this store, I hear that so much. And it's like, please don't think like that. Don't plant a seed in this available field that you have created. And because nobody's getting fired today unless you have done something seriously wrong. But then, so at that point in time, you step away from being, in CS, and you become a leader in, hopefully, in their vision, and to get them back up on their feet again. But I hate that feeling of, oh my God, I'm going to get fired today, because that's how I lived my life in radio. We've got a manager down up in the front of the store right now. I'm on my way up there at this point in time. They said that he's got a major foot injury. I remember I had my Achilles tendon injured back in April. It took me all these months to get back, so we're headed up to the front of the store to find out what happened to this manager. We do have a manager injury, and the injury is that he was getting dry ice, and the dry ice bag broke, and all 3 huge chunks fell on that foot. So he's in quite a bit of pain right now. I've never seen this happen before. A gentleman comes in. He's got 3 full carts. We're talking over-the-top full carts, and not baskets, carts. And so what happens is that he's paying for the first one, not even paying for it. We go through the first cart, and the man at register number 1, he says, yeah, you can take that out to the car. Security went ballistic. And the reason why is because the guy will take that out to the car and not come in and pay for the rest of the food. But I've never seen security jump all over one of our people on the register that fast, saying, you don't do that. You pay for everything, then you take it out 1 cart at a time. Just got a good look at the manager's foot. Wow, that dry ice did some badass damage. The bruise on it already this early in the game is just unbelievable. He's going to be having a hard time for a long time. The transition walk into day number 3, college football Saturday. That means when you're in that store in customer service, it's about seeing an ocean wave of multiple colors and teams. And the jokes that people share. Everybody wants to take a pot shot at somebody else's team, and it's just fun to sit there and listen to it. So I think on days like this, especially even on Pro Football Sundays, I'm in CS to be a listener. I feel like I'm just listening to a live radio show that just happens to have people right there in front of me. So where did the idea come from for this?
Well, we do it. We do it for years.
And it's
You never seen it?
No, it's a different
As
kind
designers,
of
we've seen it.
pumpkin carving is what it is.
Oh,
I love the way that the balance of you cut off the top. What'd you do with all the pumpkin seeds? You're going to cook them?
that's in here. I was like, You know what I've seen though? Some people, they'll do 2 pumpkins stacked.
Yeah.
And, but they'll use a flatter one for this surface. And then this one, they'll use all of that garbage, seeds and that, and it looks like the top pumpkin threw up into the bottom pumpkin.
So then how much does something like this cost?
Well, that's not probably have to put.
$80?
I want to say $59.99 so I can get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to lose Sam in produce. Sam and I have really gotten along over the past year in the way that he's the guy that I could go talk rock with and talk about music and bands and why we love bands and stuff. And I support his idea and reason why he's leaving. And it's all based 100% on that, my life is my life. I can't be working these crazy hours. One day I'm doing mornings, the next day I'm doing late night. So I get it, understand it, and I wish him, the very best of luck. I always say that she's the sister that causes the fights.
She is.
But that's what I love about her. That's what I love about her.
But it makes it fun.
Yeah.
Except when I'm stressed out and she does it, and I get pissed off.
I like being the instigator. You say something, and I'm saying, what did he say? What did he say?
Yeah, to her, it's easy to set her off. You just walk by and say her name. She go, what are you saying about me? What did you say?
We currently have a pretty serious situation on register number 5. It's automatically saying give them $20 cash back. Nobody is hitting the cash back button, so everybody is coming through and says they want $20 cash back. So we've had to shut it down completely and find out what the problem is.
And she took my little ones too.
So in 35 minutes, that entire pumpkin.
I cannot believe that.
Congratulations. She just made it, not even 35 minutes ago. It's right here.
Really?
Yeah, just not even 35 minutes ago.
I just put that out 35 minutes ago.
You made it?
Yeah, I made them.
I'm impressed.
So we've got 4 boys here. Young boys. You think they're going to steal?
I don't know. It's hard to say. They're making their walk for the door now. I don't know if they bought them or not. I saw the one kid standing there with holding 4 drinks, but I never saw him pay. I don't know if he went through self-checkout. It's like, do you want to go stop 4 12-year-old kids over a $1.99 soda? Or
No.
You have to make a judgment call.
No, because somebody's going to get on Facebook and talk about us, and that's going to be, you got to protect the image of what's going on.
That's it.
Okay, so we're going to set up the situation. The same 4 guys that we thought were stealing came back into the store, and they were in one of the electronic carts. He said that he had injured his foot. I couldn't take him on. I basically said, I just don't want you to do anything, like spinning Brodies and all that kind of stuff. Well, then we learned from management. This is what I learned. And tell me how you feel about this. He says nobody's supposed to ride this unless they're 18 years and older.
He was just trying to get around calling that kid out on the BS because the kid was in here clearly with his friends. They were all drinking the same soda. Mm-hmm. They were huddled around. He went out the door and came back in the cart, and all of a sudden his foot was hurt. So we all knew it was BS, but we were afraid to call him out on it in case, they wanted to make the situation bigger than it was. Yeah. And then Joe's way of getting around that was we got to be 18.
Yeah.
Which was actually kind of smart. Yeah. But, I don't think cared.
either way, because we all knew it was BS.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who was going to call him out on it.
Well, I loved it when the guest, the woman, came over there and called him out. It wasn't even us.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I just saw you walking around. What are you riding that thing for?" So she was offended that she saw them on it. So were you outside dancing? Is that what?
Yeah.
What's wrong with dancing?
Because he said he didn't want me to get run over. I should have had the vest on. I should have put on the vest. I got one too. You know the police vest, the yellow and black ones.
Right.
And then it's reversible. It turns off black.
What?
Yeah, I got it at the flea market in Dallas.
Dallas. When were you down there?
This was back in 2018.
Wow.
That was way back in 2018.
Wow.
And I still fit it.
Jeez.
Hey, I like to exercise. That's it. Hey, my back was hurting. What the heck, my back? I took me a leave. I said, I know why I was hurting. I was out there twisting and jumping. Dang. Yeah, but it's all good.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Always a pleasure to see you, all right?
All right.
Yep, there you go.
Hold on. You have a good weekend.
Same to you, buddy.
All right.
All right, man. You have fun, all right?
All right, enjoy the sunshine. All right, big boss.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Transition walk, day number 4, fresh out of church. Yeah, today the message was about labels, how we limit ourselves by the labels that we create. Through judgment, we label people. We limit our relationship with that person. You know, I sit here and I talk about this is who I am when I'm in the podcast studio. This is who I am when I'm in customer service. Labels, limitations. Just arriving at the store, and I first bump into the head of the frozen section, and I go, "Dude, what's going on?" You know, try to be Mr. Upbeat Positive, because I know they go through hell when we get here. And he goes, "Man, it's just another shit show." And I thought, you stole my line. You stole my line. That's my thing. You stole my line. Our pro football team just scored a major win today, so it looks like they are going to be heading in our direction anytime now. And that's usually between 4:15 in the afternoon and 4:30. And, wow, the team has already been told, okay, gear up. Let's make it happen. Let's team up. We need to have baggers. We need to have people on the registers. We need to be full. We need to get them in, get them out, and let's make sure that they have an experience. A great one. So, Renee, how did that girl approach you, that little girl, when she wanted to feed the homeless?
Nah, she was just like, I was looking at her because I started scanning stuff. She was like, we're going to give these stuff to the homeless. And that's the first thing that came out of her mind. I'm like, oh, really? Like, I'm like surprised. She was like, yeah, it was my idea. We got them oranges and all this stuff. She was like, it was somebody standing in the middle of the street, and her mom was like, she tried to give the person something. Yeah. She was like, yeah. So,
she said, they say don't eat dented cans. Who says that?
Don't eat dented cans. What they got to do with it?
Well, yeah, that dented can thing is, people see a dent and that's it.
They don't want it, but it's understandable. I mean, if you want to eat it, that's cool. But yeah, she just approached me and she was just talking about it, and she was like, yeah, it was somebody standing in the middle of the street and I wanted to give them some oranges. And she was like, yeah. And her mom was like, yeah, it was her idea. Like, and I was like, really? Like, at a young age, she over here talking about feeding the homeless. She said, y'all want to do this every day. I'm like, do you really? Like, this is so beautiful to see. Then she just reached out to give me a hug, and I'm like, oh.